So, what can we do to gather our moral courage and actually act? I don't think that Aesop was chiding his fellow man for dreaming up utopian solutions. I think he was challenging us as human beings. I think he was asking us to consider exactly what it is that we are willing to sacrifice in order to do what clearly needs to be done. Think back to the story for a moment. Would the lives of the mice be improved if there was a bell around the neck of the cat? Surely. Would the bell save the lives of mice in the future? Absolutely. Would the bell erase, or at least mitigate, the specter of terror in the hearts of the mice? Without a doubt. Could any of this be accomplished without risk or sacrifice? Almost certainly not. Like most of Aesop's fables, this story is pure allegory. Aesop really wasn't talking about mice, he was talking about human resolve. He was talking about personal responsibility, duty, and the ethical obligation of every person to fight evil and to do what is right, and to help those who are in need. But the weight of responsibility is heavy and uncomfortable. And by way of sidestepping this responsibility, people have created rational delineations that allow them to distance themselves from having to act in difficult circumstances. My neighbor has the right to privacy and the security of his own home. If he wants to prance around in ladies' lingerie and worship the two-headed demigod of Windex, that's none of my affair. But what if he begins beating his wife? Is it still okay then? What if I find out that he's torturing his children or sexually abusing them? Do I still let him go about his own business? Or am I obligated to do something? Does the presence of mortal danger relieve us of the responsibility to act? Last year, 107 American firefighters laid down their lives in answer to that question. They rushed into burning buildings, risking death to save the lives of people they didn't even know. In those same 12 months, 153 American police officers died in the line of duty. They didn't ask if it was safe to bell the cat. They saw what needed to be done and did it. They met Aesop's challenge head on. I believe there is a point in which the business of others becomes our business. I believe there is a point at which we are morally obligated to act. How many of his own people should a leader be allowed to gas, shoot, and shove into an oven before we feel the need to act? How many Kurds or Rwandans must lie in mass graves before we can stop pretending that we have no obligation to do something? Perhaps there are those people that feel the obligation to act and those who don't. Regardless, the cat isn't going to tie the bell around its own neck. Somebody has to stand and face tyranny, genocide, and evil. Who will stand up at the risk of their own life and do what needs to be done? Who will bell the cat? Some people know the answer without even being asked, and some people never will.